Hello and welcome to this poker gameplay. This is actually a bit of Texas Hold'em. I'm playing PokerStars here. So I actually looked for a while for poker clients, and I'm not a good player, but I do actually enjoy playing a little bit of the game. And I was surprised at how few there actually are out there. But I did test PokerStars a little bit, and it seems to be a good client. The player base is kind of a little bit more reasonable. Some of the player bases are just they're just throwing money on the table and don't really know what they're doing. So, you know, as kind of clueless as I am, at least I can maybe learn from these guys a little bit. So we're just playing a little bit of what they call play money, so fake or paper poker, where there's no actual real money on the table, because in fact that is actually illegal in the U.S. I don't believe it is allowed to have online poker games offered in the U.S. So we're going to let's see, maybe bet here. So we do see the 6 coming out. I've got a feeling that these guys don't actually have much of anything. They've been playing pretty aggressively sort of all game, and I don't actually see them like actually putting anything like reasonable on the table. They typically just have high cards or maybe a pair. This guy is being pretty aggressive here, but we actually do get the triple. So we're definitely going to pressure this. I don't actually see them having anything more than that. He's betting like he has the triple. I don't think he does. I mean, the chance that he has the triple is pretty minuscule. We're just going to call here. Doesn't have the triple, and we win. So there you go. I mean, honestly, these guys are like super bluffy. They're always just kind of throwing chips on the ground, like for no reason at all, honestly. So we've got a pocket pair here, and we're going to bet accordingly. There are actually only 3 people on this table, which is kind of how I like it. I don't like really full sort of 9-person tables, because it can get pretty ridiculous. Like, honestly, when everyone's kind of betting and raising each other, it's just too much. Like, I don't have enough chips to actually be playing with, especially some of these fat cats with 100,000 chips that, even though it's fake money, it's like I can't actually match that. So anyway, we're going to bet here. Someone's probably got a pair already here. But maybe we can pull another 4 out. Chances are slim, but let's see. Let's just match these. Again, MBZ, he's got 80,000 chips, so to him, like, just throwing that 400 out there is just nothing. So we've got 2 pairs here. That's actually really good. That's probably better than, let's see, if someone has a 2, then that's a triple. I don't actually know if 2 pairs is, I think triple is better than 2 pairs. I'm pretty sure. I actually should look back at the rankings, because I've got a pretty good sense, but there are a couple of them that always kind of mix me up. So we're just going to keep betting here. Probably should have checked there. Did he really get? Yeah, okay. so we lost that one even with pocket pair, but yeah, let's see. So we've got a jack high card. That's not terrible. Let's just call into this game and see if we can't get anything going. Basically what I like to look for, honestly, is like, I'm pretty aggressive out of the gate if I've got like 2 of a suit. So I like to look for flushes, because those are really like it's not the highest hand that you can get, but it's one that really kind of trips people up, because if you've got it, it tends to stomp. So I'm just gonna bet here. I don't think anyone has much of anything here. It also helps, like, if you bet, especially when the first cards come out on the table, it gives people a sense of, oh, you've actually got something. When in all reality we actually have nothing. We just had this jack here, which is really actually pretty terrible. So I'm actually going to fold, because I think these guys are seeing something here with this 9, and honestly, at this point, it's looking pretty dire here. Chino probably has triple 9s, at least that's what he wants us to think. Yeah, you can see the fold coming out here. Like, it's just not worth pursuing, especially because he actually bet when the first 9 came out. So there's kind of that history there. Another jack high. We've also got a 10, which is nice. It's always good to actually have like just higher cards in general, because even if you like you know, actually get into competition with someone else who has the same hand, you've got these kind of higher cards to actually, you know, help you. So let's see here. I'm just going to check here. We don't actually have anything. Okay, 8, 9, 10, Jack. So that's almost a straight. If we get a 7 or a queen, that's a straight. So I think it's worth betting on that. We only have 3 players in play here, actually, and another ace. Okay, so that's not anything that we have, actually. Literally, we have nothing. We just have the Jack high, and he's got an ace, so he wins. So we didn't bet much in that hand, honestly, but yeah, so that's reasonable. We actually started this whole kind of game with 10,000 of these chips, so we're not doing terrible, but we are kind of losing chips needlessly. So we don't really have anything here. Okay, pair of 6 is pair of 2, so that's really good actually. So I'm actually gonna check because I don't want them to think that I have anything here. The trouble with this is that kind of it starts a round of checking, and so then you lose out on the potential. So I'm gonna bet here as if I actually got this 9. And these guys are being super conservative now suddenly. Wow, okay. So as soon as I get something, they're like, oh, we're not going to play. Alright, so I don't have anything here, but it's worth just, you know, honestly, with Texas Hold'em, it's worth seeing at least the first 3 cards, almost always. Because that's where really the kind of these are the bulk of what's going to actually be on the table at the end. So it's worth seeing those first 3 cards, and then, you know, based on what you see there, you can analyze whether or not it's worth waiting for the next 2. So I honestly don't see a lot here. You know, the 8 here, the pair of 8s here, yeah, has me really worried. So I'm gonna fold here. I don't really see anything like coming out of this for us. Okay, we've got a high ace. Honestly, aces are really good. Like, just if you have an ace, it's worth playing. You know, if not to the end, like if the betting gets aggressive, then you should back out. But it is worth playing. So I'm just gonna check here, just because I don't want them necessarily to think that I have a high card. Now that I see this, I'm gonna bet here because I do want to actually get involved. And actually, this is really strong here because we've got a 10, we've got an ace, we've got a queen, we've got a king. If the Jack comes out, we have sort of one of the best straights in the game. So this is really strong actually. Okay, we have the 8 coming out, so that actually is not great. But we still have the ace high. I'm just gonna check here, and there's the Jack, so that's actually really strong. So I'm gonna bet like, you know, 200 or something. It's you know, they're probably just gonna fold. In fact, I think actually only Chino's playing, so yeah. For some reason in this client it's hard to tell whether or not these people have folded or not. I don't know why that is. I think this is supposed to say he folded, with the cards gone, but I don't know. I haven't played with this client for very long, so there are a few things that kind of surprise me. Yeah, okay. So anyway, it's not nothing, but it isn't great. These guys are super conservative here, actually, and really it's just the 3 of us playing right now. So, alright, just 2 of us in this game, so I'm gonna call. 9 isn't terrible, and we've got the 2, so I don't know, maybe we can get a pair of 2s. So let's see what Wizard has. Okay, so there's the pair of 2s. That's pretty strong, so I'm just gonna bet here, and honestly, Wizard will probably just fold. I don't expect he has anything. Yeah. So anyway, got a few chips. So here we've got the queen. So I'm gonna actually raise immediately out of the gate. Just because I want some actual chips in play. Like I'm tired of winning nothing. Okay, so we've got a couple of clubs here. So if we actually get 2 more clubs, then we'll have a flush, which is, you know, always a possibility, but the chances of that are actually pretty low. We have the pair of kings here, which worries me. So I'm actually gonna check. Oh, 1 more club. It's actually a 25% chance that there's another club coming out here, so, I mean, not exactly, but approximately. So, actually less than 25%. So, he's betting a lot. I don't know if he has ace or what, but this is not too much, so we might just call his bluff. So, he's checking again, so I don't know what that's about. I don't think that he has the king. Okay, so that was bad. Okay, so pocket pair and queens. So this is actually really strong. So I'm gonna raise this. He's already raised out of the gate, so it's actually a good place for us to kind of push him. Okay, so we've got the pair here, and yeah, so I think we should just kind of bet pretty aggressively in this game, honestly, because you know it's really high pair actually to have. So I'm just gonna keep betting here and see what happens. Basically, just sort of push it to the end. Okay, so we got the pair of queens, pair of fives. This is actually really strong. So let's just keep betting. I don't see anything kind of materializing, any straights, or the thing you really have to watch is straights, this kind of thing, when you've got a strong set of pairs. Okay, so nothing came out of it. We managed to win a nice few chips, so let's, I don't know, see if we can't keep going. So the high queen is not terrible, so I think we'll meet this, but you know, he bet pretty aggressively out of the gate, so he's probably got something good as well. Okay, we got a couple of hearts, so again, if we got 2 more hearts, then we'd have a flush with the queen in it, which is pretty good, but it'd actually be king high. So anyway, we're gonna bet here. We're gonna bet as if we have something here, because what they're really gonna be worried about here is the 9. So that's what everyone's kind of looking around for. Oh, who's got the 9? Who's got the 9? And honestly, I think Chino's probably bluffing. So we've got no actual chance of a flush. All we've got is the queen. So I'm actually just gonna fold, honestly, because Chino's still pushing it. I don't think he's bluffing. I think he probably had the 9. Okay, we've got a 10 and a 9 here. These are in succession, so I don't know. Maybe we could look for a straight, but you know, really, it all depends on the cards on the table here. Okay, so we've got a pair of 5s here again. So everyone's looking for who's got the 5, who's got the 5. We don't really have anything, but it is. I guess a 10 is not terrible, so we can't just keep going here. 4, 5, 6 is maybe the beginning of some sort of straight here, but it's nothing that we can actually participate in. So anyway, we're just gonna check and fold, honestly. Here we don't have enough to warrant continuing to play. So yeah, he's coming out with a big bet here. We're just gonna fold. Alright, so a couple of spades. I actually really like to play when I've got a couple of any suit. I like to play pretty aggressively, just because I like coming out with the flush. It's a really unexpected hand, because it's not that hard to get, but it's actually worth a lot. So you know, it's not that hard to get if you've got 2 of the same suit. But of course, it totally depends on the river, and you can see here that we're just there's no chance now. So there's not much we can do here. We've got a 9, 10, we've got a 4, 5, but there isn't much. I'm just going to fold, honestly, because we don't have any high cards. We don't have anything, really. So let's see. So yeah, there was a pair of 10s coming out. So yeah, this guy's probably got a 10 here. No. Okay, he had the king. It's still pretty good. Okay, so we're just gonna look here for, yeah, just kind of using that high card there. Basically, now that there are a lot more players, you have to be really conscious of, you know, like, high cards don't cut it. It has to be a really high card. It has to be like an ace or a king, or, you know. So we're just gonna check here, play conservatively. Okay, 4, 5, 6. So that's beginning maybe of a straight. If we get a 3, or if we get and a 7, actually, we need both. So that's not great. The chances of that aren't great. We could do a 7, 8, 2, 3. You know, so there are a few options, but it's not great. The chances are pretty slim, actually. We still have the high card though, and there's nothing on the table that's really actually high. So all right, we've got the 8 coming out here. So if we get a 7 here, that's actually a straight. Again, chances aren't great. But anyway, we can just check. You should always check when you have the chance. Okay, we've got a pair of 4s here. It's not terrible. I don't know if someone has a straight here. Let's see, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, someone's got the 7 here, so I'm gonna fold. I think he's playing like he's got the straight, and honestly, he's got a good chance of it. We've got the pair of 4s, but yeah. Oh, he had the pair of 4s. I thought that might be the case. He was also playing a little bit like he might get the flush, so he had that kind of in his back pocket. Yeah, so we had the 4. We wouldn't have won that, but you know, anyway. So yeah, I mean, it's a good betting strategy actually to kind of look at what are some of the crazier things you can get. Okay, so we have actually got 2 pair. This is really strong right here. So I'm actually just going to bet like super aggressively here because 2 pair, especially a jack pair and a 9 pair, like this is a really strong combination. So yeah, we probably won here, right here. So I'm actually going to raise here. It's great when there are a lot of people in play to kind of just keep pushing that pot a little bit, because actually like the marginal cost to you of like those extra 100 trips versus, you know, actually having basically 4 people, you know, if they continue to play, all putting in those 100 chips, it's really, really strong actually. So we're just going to kind of work the table a little bit. Alright, we've got someone folded out here, so we just have the 4 of us playing now. We've got a big bet here coming on the 5. I don't actually know what that's about. I mean, what, you've got a pair of 5s. Seems a little bit silly. We're going to keep betting. So we got maybe like the beginning of a straight coming here, but we don't actually have any like things to look out for. Straights, flushes. None of the suits really match for, it's not possible for any flushes. Straights look dubious. So, I don't know, I'm just going to bet one more time and see if we just can't get this out of the way. It looks like someone was actually expecting something. I don't know what that was about. What they were expecting, a 7? I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like super dubious. I think they're just kind of bluffing here. So, oh, okay. I actually had the 9 and the jack too. Wow, did not expect that. But that was actually a really good win for us because we had a lot of people contributing that that pot. So even though it was split, we actually got a lot of extra chips, about 1,000. So that was really good. Okay, so we've got the 9 and the 10 here. It's nothing really. So I'm just gonna, you know, come in here with 100, see what we can't get going, and we've already got someone raising. So definitely got a high card here. I'm gonna call because it's not that much, and we actually already have a pair of 9s, 10, 9, 10, jack, beginning of a straight, maybe. I don't know. We got aggressive bets coming out here, so I don't know if someone already has a 9 or a jack, or I don't know what it is. I know he's probably got high card. I don't know if he has a double that's actually made a triple here somewhere, but anyway, we're just gonna keep betting because yeah, it's honestly I think a lot of these people are just pretty aggressive actually, and they bluff a lot. So anyway, just gonna check here because we don't really have anything more than just this double. It's not even that high. Pair of 9s is it's okay, but it's really kind of middle of the road. I don't see, again, no flushes, straights, or I don't know. These cards are pretty dubious, like in terms of straight. Like it's not impossible. We could have a 3 and something happening here. So we got a couple of aggressive bets here, and I think the 500 came from there. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna fold here. Yeah, and he had a triple, so that was reasonable. Okay, so pair of hearts and a 9-10. So I actually really like this. So I'm gonna bet here like I've got a high card. See if we can get some pressure on early. You want to keep people guessing. You don't want them to be too confident in their hands, because if they're confident in their hands, then it makes it hard on you because they're betting aggressively, and you want to be in control of the betting. So we've got the 9, 10, 7. So maybe some straight coming out there with 8. Yeah, I mean the chances are super slim. We could get a flush going, but it looks pretty dubious actually. So I'm just gonna check here. Maybe we get a heart, maybe not. Alright, so we got a pair of 10s. That's pretty good actually. So I'm gonna definitely, because I don't see anyone actually betting like at all. So we're gonna see what happens here in this round of betting, and then maybe we'll just slide in the last round and be aggressive. It looks like this guy's folding. Wow, okay. No, checking. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm just going to check here, and then we'll bet in the last round. Like we've got the 7. Okay, so we're going to make him think that we've got the 7, and maybe they can just fold. Because I'm not super confident in the 10s. Like, I mean, it's the best card on the table. So if you're going to have a pair, you want to have the pair of 10s. So basically, we're just betting, does someone have something else? Probably not. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with like a 200. I don't know, 300 bet. Let's go. Alright, we got the sevens, boys. Let's see if they take it up on us. You know, they're basically asking themselves, is he bluffing? Because if he's got sevens, like, no one else has anything that strong. There's just no way. Like, unless you had a 2-pair, there's no chance. So, yeah, so he's going to fold. This is actually a pretty good position we're in here. I think these guys are going to fold, honestly. Yeah, so we just actually get a few nice chips, so that's pretty good. Okay, so we've got a 5 and a 3. This is like literally nothing. You know, again, it's just worth it. Even if you think there's nothing, like it's usually worth it to just keep playing it. In fact, here with the big blind, so basically we just have to. We've already put down like what should be enough to actually see those 3 cards. So yeah, he's folding. So anyway, we're just gonna check, and there you go. Okay, so here we've got 7, 10, 5, 3, like literally nothing. There's nothing on this board that we can do anything with. Yeah, getting it straight is just out of the question. No flushes, no pairs, nothing. So we're just gonna check and then fold, honestly. Doesn't look like anyone else has anything. Honestly, everyone's gonna be like trying to bluff as if they've got the queen. They're probably bluffing, but I don't have enough. Like, I'm gonna lose automatically because just probability-wise, they've got higher cards than me. So yeah, you can see right there. So they were bluffing, but they had the high king. So there's no reason for me to bet there. Bet anything, honestly. Just forget it. All right, so this is a high king and a 10. So I actually really like this. I'm gonna raise this again. I want to get this kind of get everyone participating in this larger pot, but they're actually all folding, so that's not great. Okay, so that's not bad. All right, we got the pair kings. So let's just push this. Let's just keep betting, boys. So here we've got the kings, 10, the 6, the 7. That's pretty good. All right, someone could have the triple sevens here, and that's what we're gonna be pretending like we have. So let's see. 5. Let's go. We got the sevens. Alright, they're calling up bluff. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna check. And he's just gonna check. Because, I mean, there's nothing here. Oh! What's this? Did they have they don't have flush, do they? I don't know. I'm just gonna... Oh! That's good. That was good. So he had the king too as well, but he had the jack. It's pretty good. Okay, so... This is terrible. So we've got an 8 and a 6, different suit. Really nothing we can do here, honestly. Alright, maybe, okay, hang on. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we get the 7 here, that's a straight. It's 9 high. It's not terrible, actually. So I'm gonna bet here as if we've got a pair here. Even though we don't. And they're folding. What's this? We're just gonna check. The chance of getting the 7s, yeah. There's no way. He's probably just bluffing, but honestly, it's only a few chips. It's not worth actually like putting our neck out there, especially because we don't have anything. Honestly, in terms of high card, the worst thing to do is like bet aggressively when you don't have high card, because even someone who's bluffing has just probably got higher cards than you. Okay, so we're just gonna raise here. Again, I really like having the same suit here. I like the high card here with the king. So pretty strong, actually. Alright, we've got a chance at a flush, but it's a really slim one. So, I don't know, we're just gonna check here. We still have the high card, but there's an ace on the table. It's not looking great for us. Okay. So I'm just gonna call here. Oh, pair of 3s. Okay, that's not terrible. No chance of the flush anymore, but we have the pair of 3s. We've got the king. It's probably literally the worst pair you could get, honestly, but yeah, let's call. They're betting when the 3 comes out. There's no chance of a flush or straight, so I'm thinking that they're betting because they have 3s. So we've got a pair now. That's not looking good for us. I think we'll fold if they push it. We actually lost a lot of chips right there. Don't know what that was about. What has this guy got? He's got an 8. Just gonna fold. He might be bluffing, but honestly, it's not worth it. All right, so we lost all our chips there. That was a little bit think we went a little bit too ham. So let's see here if we can't get anything. Honestly, we've been playing pretty terribly. Like we've been losing money for a while. We've got a pair of jacks here on the table. We have literally nothing, so I mean, yeah, I guess a 10 jack, that's the beginning of some kind of straight, but yeah, the chances, like, when you need 2 cards for a straight and there are 2 cards left, like, don't even bother, honestly. We're just gonna fold, play a little bit more conservative. So, that was actually the beginning of a straight right there, wasn't it? Yeah, and then we need to see. It was never gonna happen, honestly. So, yeah, alright, I think that's probably gonna be our last game here. Hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, thanks for watching.